What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Time to Shine Ed. I am here with finally the full crew back. I got the executive consultant here. I got my boy, Kilmore Charles, right up under me, and my boy, Joel. Joel, how was your vacation, man? How'd it go, my brother?
Can I answer that for him? Because Joel's vacation was like 3 weeks, right? Between him and Phil. We haven't had a full crew back in since I had a Thanksgiving turkey. It's been ridiculous. But we are here. Joel, how have you been? How was your vacation? I understand you celebrated an anniversary, right? How was that?
Congratulations, my brother.
First week was good. Second week, for Las Vegas, it was it was time with family, so I guess it was good.
You stayed at Circus. Is that true? You stayed at Circus?
No, hell no.
I'm sorry.
You stayed at the Bellagio.
I'm sorry.
Kids that hang out at Circus.
He stayed at the Bellagio, boy. He took her to Paris.
Well, we stayed over at Venetian one night.
Oh yeah,
he made it because I was about to talk about the money, but he said right. He said Venetian.
All right. So we got a fairly long segment here. We're gonna try to shorten it as much as we can. We got a few things to talk about. We're gonna talk about our MVP picks. We're also gonna be talking about our favorites for the NFL, for the NFL Super Bowl.
Forgive Time to Shine Ed. He's getting used to this hosting thing. I just kind of threw it at him because I want him to take charge. I want him to be lead, right? Phil is also here. Kilmo Charles. Let's say what's up to him. See how he's doing. He all right?
Oh, I said hello to everybody. The more important one was Joel because he wasn't here last week.
More important. Okay. All right.
At least see how this goes.
Anyways, Phil, before I carry on, how you doing, my brother?
I'm fine, sir.
Work is good?
Sure.
I know we had a little mini discussion just before the segment started, but it's all right. It's all right. We're glad to see Chris. What's up with the glasses? Where's their original ones?
So I don't know what happened to the original executive consultants, but I went to the movie theater to see Aquaman, and I saw this.
So you're wearing 3D glasses right now?
I am wearing 3D glasses right now. I put them on. I said these will make some good new executive consultants. And
I thought you were dressed all in black for Eagle's funeral over there. But all right. So
see, when you say stuff like that, I want to make comments like I see you wearing a Dallas Cowboy hat because you wanted quick access to toilet paper. You have to take a shit. But I was going to leave that alone, right? And then you have to start saying stuff like you come at me, do your job, and leave my Eagles alone. All right.
Hey, my job is to criticize. Okay, I criticize everybody objectively. All right. Now, like I was saying, we're going to do our NFL MVP picks, repicks, because we all did them earlier in the season. We're also going to do our Super Bowl favorites for both AFL, NFL, AFC, NFC, and stop it.
UFL.
And we're going to talk about all 6 games that are going on today. So that's why we're saying it's might be a little longer session than we're used to, but we're going to do our best to get by it quickly, efficiently.
They're going to knock it out in 20 minutes.
That's what I'd like to hear. All right, so the first game that we're going to talk about today, since my producer is not staying on cue right now.
Oh, my bad.
The first one that we're going to discuss is the Browns and the Titans.
Texans, sir.
The Texans. Damn it. Long day.
Just find it.
Browns versus Texans. Joe Flacco versus CJ Stroud. I think that for right now, we should start it off with Mr. Consultant, since you're over there all distracted.
I'm sorry. I'm just focused on getting these last final results for who won the predictions for the season together. Doing my job. Anyway, look. Browns versus Titans. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. I never thought I'd say that because I can't stand the Cleveland Browns. But the reason how come I'm shouting out to the Cleveland Browns is because first time, right? History of the NFL, an entire division made it over 500.
Yep. Right? The Browns are still outside looking in. The Bengals
Ravens,
are outside looking in.
Steelers, best team ever in the NFL. All with winning records. Even more of a shout out to Steelers, which we'll talk about them later, and Mike Tomlin specifically. 17, right? 17. That's longer than our children. 17 years straight, not one single losing record. Eddie, you know nothing about that. Now, that being said, I'm going to go with Texas simply because they're at home. I think the Browns are a formidable team, depending on which ones show up, that has all the capabilities of beating any team. Hear me out, with the exception of the Steelers and the Ravens. Any team in the AFC. But I think the Texans being at home is going to give them an edge, do what they need to do to defeat this on and off Cleveland Brown team coming up on Saturday. My pick's the Houston Texans.
Mr. Joel.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Browns. Like I said, picking with my head over my heart. You know, I love what the Houston Texans have done. CJ Stroud is definitely gonna be rookie of the year. Yeah, definitely gonna be the rookie of the year. Although Puka Nacua has been pretty
But you don't think Bryce Young's going to get it? Shame.
Don't make fun of my man Bryce Young. You're gonna give him 2 more years, man, before you throw in the towel. But
Yeah.
you know, I love what D'Amico Ryans has done, and you know, offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick. Hope the Washington football team will take a look at him as well. You know, seeing how we probably gonna bring in a rookie quarterback. Hopefully, he could do something for whoever we draft this year. But I'm still gonna pick the Browns just because of that defense with Myles Garrett and Joe Flacco, super hot. I got to roll with them. I think CJ Stroud is unfortunately gonna have a tough time. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna say it's a blowout, but he's probably gonna throw 2 or 3 picks, maybe get sacked 3 or 4 times. You know, Myles Garrett. You know, that guy's insane. So. I literally saw that dude toss Trent Williams. I never seen anybody in my life like toss Trent Williams.
that was a highlight. It was definitely impressive on how he threw Trent Williams. I haven't seen anybody manhandle Trent Williams like that. Big Trent, the trenches. All right, Phil, what you got for us?
I think that the youthful exuberance that Houston exhibits right now might just edge out the experience of the veteran Cleveland Browns team right now. Like, yes, that is a formidable defense, and Joe Flacco is playing his ass off. Well, his behind off. Apologies to the producers. I just think with the momentum that Houston has, I think it's enough momentum that gets them at least 1 game in the playoffs. So I think it's going to be like a close game, like 24-20, but I think Houston's going to pull it off.
Okay. So far we got 2 Houstons and we have a Brown. I'm going to go ahead and go. Huh?
I thought they both picked Browns.
No, Chris picked Houston to win.
Oh,
because
okay.
They're at home.
Yeah.
And all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this an even playing field. I'm gonna go with Joel on this one, and I'm gonna pick the Browns. I mean, enough said on it. I mean, it's not. We don't really have to go through much of this in order to really understand what's going on. I mean, Joe Flacco, he's playing his tail off. You got David Njoku playing his tail off. You got Amari Cooper playing his tail off. You got Jerome Ford playing his tail off. And then, not to mention on the defense side, Myles Garrett, Ward, and all of them. I mean, look, they're looking really good, man. And even though, like, last week, I totally forgot that Joe Flacco was being sat out. Okay, so my picks last week were probably atrocious. But that's okay. For me, I'm gonna go with the Browns on this one. I think that the experience and the dynamic that Joe Flacco brings to this team is gonna shine. And that's not me taking anything away from CJ Stroud. I mean, I think he's phenomenal. I think he's probably the best candidate outside of Puka Nacua, like Joel said, to win the rookie player of the year and all of that. But they are missing some offensive weapons, and one of the main players that they got, premier players, is one of the players that I least trust, which is Singletary. Ever since he was, I mean, I know he did a couple good things here this year, but last year and previous years before that, being with the Bills was absolutely atrocious. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick it with the Browns. We're gonna watch Joe Flacco possibly get another Super Bowl this year if he can make it up.
What?
Don't
So you're
sleep
going to
on
say
him.
it right now that Cleveland is going to make it past Baltimore?
That's actually my hot take. That's actually my bold prediction, is that the Browns are going to be in the Super Bowl. They will upset the Baltimore Ravens.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first one that we were going to discuss. The second one that we're discussing today is going to be the Dolphins versus the Chiefs at Arrowhead. What's going on with this game? What do we got for this game? Phil?
Why'd you pick me? I had such high hopes for Miami at the start of this season, and I was rooting for them all the way up to like week 15. Like I was keeping hope alive there, and I don't know if they just decided to funk it up or what, but they've been garbage dump juice for the last few weeks. I actually thought they were going to lose their way out of the playoffs the way they was going.
We know that Dallas wanted to give Miami a birthday present, so we gave them that.
Y'all just gave them the gift that keeps on giving.
No, we just gave them the playoffs for this year. You're welcome. You go play Pat Mahomes now.
Right. at Arrowhead, which is, I mean, it could be a revenge game for Tyreek. And Chiefs receivers, they are in that garbage dump fire right along with the whole Miami Dolphins team. So I just don't see Mahomes and Kelsey losing in the playoffs at Arrowhead in the wild card. So I'm going with the Chiefs.
Mr. Consultant.
Oh man, let me tell you something. I really wanted the Chiefs, so the Steelers don't make it, which they probably are. But I really wanted the Chiefs back in the Super Bowl. Why? One, because I'm always going to be a big fan of the Chiefs coach, and I always will have all the respect in the world for him. Two, I am a hater.
I wonder why.
Two, I'm a hater of people. I don't like people who brag. And I live in the city of Orlando, and we have a lot of Miami Dolphin fans here. They're always talking about, oh, we're going, oh, we suck, oh, we're going. They're up and down. They're so bipolar, right? But I can see why.
A person
Miami
who
Dolphins
show excellence doesn't like people who brag.
It's not bragging. It's not bragging.
The absolute wonder of excellence does not like people that brag.
I don't brag. It's me. It's my name. And when I walk into a room, I command excellence. Look, here's my point. We're talking about two of the most sporadic teams in NFL right now. Both teams started off very strong, start off very hot. Miami Dolphins, much like Phil said, was an early pick for the Super Bowl. The Chiefs automatically pick. Why? Because of Patrick Mahomes, because of Andy Reid, because of Tyreek Hill, because of the fact they are the Super Bowl champions. But both teams have not been looking like Super Bowl contenders over the last weeks. The Chiefs squeaked by in their victory last weekend, right? The Dolphins lost to the Buffalo Bills. Dolphins dominated earlier this season. They lost a lot of big games that they should have won. This is a toss-up. If I was not the absolute one of excellence, if I was not the executive consultant, if I was not Chris, which is one of the most popular names, not the most popular name, that's Mohammed, I would sit here and tell you.
Are you going to give context to the people of why you're talking about Muhammad and Chris being top names or something?
We're online. They can Google it. I can flip a coin. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Shocker.
Well, What a shocker!
What a shocker! Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm
say
sorry.
Joe.
Should I pick the Browns to go to the Super Bowl? Should I say
That's
some
a hot take.
shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
That's a hot take.
They're not going to win on Saturday. So how they go to the Super Bowl, right? But we're just picking the Browns. Why? Because the theme of this episode, ladies and gentlemen, is shit, right? The hat he's wearing is shit. When he wipes his ass with his shit, and that's because it's on his hat. And now he's picking a shitty team because the name is the Browns to go against any team they want in the Super Bowl. I don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. That is the single dumbest thing I've heard in this episode. I can't believe you made that, Eddie. I don't know what's going on.
There was something similar that you said when I mentioned something about another team upsetting another team. Oh yeah, I believe it was the Giants beating Philadelphia. Oh yeah, and also Arizona beating Philadelphia. Didn't Philadelphia go 1-5 in the last 6 weeks of the season?
Joe, let me ask you a question. Did you go?
No, he didn't.
No.
I'm saving the wise one for last. All right, that's why I picked you second.
Joe hasn't even gone yet. Do your job. What's going on?
Anyway, all right. So look, for me personally, I've always enjoyed the Chiefs' play ever since Andy Reid went over there. Patrick Mahomes has been
I'm sorry.
a freaking circus.
I can't help it. Let me ask you a question. Right? Has anybody seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Of course, we all have.
Which version?
Can you name all the dwarfs?
No.
Dopey, Sleepy,
Grumpy, Happy.
Grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy.
The fun fact of the matter is there's an eighth one that no one knew about. And his ass decided to finally climb a ladder, go to a computer, and then type in the Eagles lose. Let me tell you something, Jonathan. Don't ever make comments on Unpopular Review Sports. Stick with wrestling and leave sports alone. You don't know about sports. You don't know about women. You don't know about clothes. You don't know about shit. You're nothing but a piece of shit. You need to get hit by a car. Go ahead and go.
Jeez, man, all he said was the Eagles was going to lose.
Yo, what the hell?
Sensitive much?
Okay, all right. So as I was saying before, Chris felt like objectively defending the Philadelphia Eagles.
Objectively.
All right, so for me, like I was saying, I've always been a fan of Andy Reid ever since he's gone to the Chiefs. I mean, ever since he's gone down up there. Yeah, up there. That team is, my hat's off to him. I mean, because in the last 6-7 years, they've won 5-6 of those division titles, and they keep finding themselves in the divisional round, or if not in the Super Bowl. However, this year I'm predicting it to be different because they did the single most stupid thing, which was let Tyreek go. All right, Tyreek Hill this year has been showing out. He was in the lead for many of the MVP candidacies list. Tua, I mean, I know Tua has his issues and everything, trying to force the ball, trying to make something out of nothing instead of trying to survive for the next down or whatever. Yeah, for the next drive. But I mean, to be perfectly honest, what are we looking at in the Kansas City Chiefs offense? We see Patrick Mahomes. And we see Kelsey.
Maybe Pacheco.
Yeah, Pacheco. Yeah, you're right, Pacheco. But other than that, if Travis Kelsey and Isaiah Pacheco don't do anything, who are you going to throw it to? Kadarius Toney?
Sky Moore.
Are you going to put him on the field so that they can go ahead and call another offsides on them like they did the last 5 times that they did in the year? Like, I mean,
the man don't line up on the field. You can't blame that on the refs totally.
Like, come on, man. Like, I mean,
we gotta say this is gonna be a 20-minute show. It'll be going on 12 minutes.
Look,
mistakes were made.
The Chiefs are the next. I'm just gonna say this. The Chiefs are the next disappointing team in the playoffs aside from the Eagles. So I'm going with the Dolphins. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Turn now. All right, so the Dolphins, yeah, I know that was my team when I started, but I'm done with them. I was supporting Tua. I'm finished. I mean, I still support Tua. You know, he's still a good quarterback, but I don't know, man. They've been lunching the last few weeks. I don't know what's wrong with them. So yeah, I'm rolling with the Chiefs. I don't see the Dolphins. I think the Chiefs going to shut down this Dolphins offense. Even Tyreek Hill too. I mean, he been dropping too many balls. There was a ball like a couple weeks ago, could have kept me in the freaking playoffs with my fantasy team if he would have just caught that one ball because he would have went 90 yards for a touchdown. I would have got all the bonus points, but he dropped the ball, so I'm done with them.
I'm disappointed in you, Joe. I'm disappointed in you. You're picking with your heart, all right? You're picking with your heart, not your brain.
But I felt that because I lost the
too.
same way with Tyreek fumbling shit.
I mean, I get it. Fantasy is fantasy. No, seriously. I think that this is a revenge game, like Phil said, for Tyreek Hill. He has to come out here and show that Kansas City made a mistake in letting him go. Simple as that.
And show that he can catch.
So, yeah, you would have to make a catch in order to prove something. So, with that being said, I think all of us are locked in on what we're picking for this game, this set of games.
Yeah.
So the next game that we're going to be.
Hold on, that game took about 20 minutes to talk about. I'm exaggerating. This has been 23 minutes, so the game took about 13 minutes to talk about. We're going to take a reset and we're going to come back. We're going to be a little quicker with our picks. But yeah, we are locked in. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back in a moment. Stay with us. We got a lot more games to talk about. No, really 4. And some other things to talk about. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review. But I think Nia Jax is a credible heel enough to face Bianca Belair.
But Nia's a raw talent.
Nia's a raw talent, which is why you have her win the Royal Rumble.
You think Nia is going to win the Royal
Nia's
Rumble?
my pick.
You out of your fucking mind.
Nia's my pick. I think Becky wins the Elimination Chamber. Have her win the Elimination Chamber. Have Nia win the Royal Rumble.
I'm learning all kinds
That's
of things
how
in
I would.
2024, and it's only like day 6. I've been watching Cat Williams. I learned that you can get a contact high from StreamYard because that's obviously what has happened to executive consultants here is he's got a contact high from Willie's stash. Nia Jax is winning the Royal Rumble. You out of your fucking mind.
If it's not Nia Jax, it's going to be Naomi. That's the way you book it. There's no woman on that SmackDown roster who is credible enough to be in a WrestleMania main event picture with Bianca Belair. Nobody's checking to see Bayley and Bianca Belair for the 14,000th time.
I don't agree with that. I think Sasha Banks would have a better choice. I mean, a better chance at winning the Royal Rumble if she came back because the pop would be bigger for her than it would be Naomi.
Granted, you are correct, but Sasha and Bianca Belair for a WrestleMania rematch will be huge. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Bayley's going to get turned on by Damage Control. Right,
but
exactly.
But that's what
built up the main event match.
Did you say they're gonna face him at the Rumble or at Mania?
I think they're gonna wrestle at Mania. I think it's gonna be Sasha and Bayley versus the Kabuki Warriors because the Kabuki Warriors already made their intentions clear. They want to win the tag team championship. That's why Piper Niven and Chelsea Green lost the titles to a big face tag team, so they could drop the title. They're transitional.
Right.
It's just to get them over. They're gonna win and then they're gonna challenge for the tag team titles. They're gonna win those titles and then they're gonna kick Bayley out because Bayley failed to beat. When that
I'm
happens,
so fucking lost with your rhetoric. I'm lost.
who me?
You convoluted this storyline worse than Tony Khan could do it.
I'm telling
What are you talking
it
about?
writes itself.
Stop it. It doesn't write itself. This is what's going to happen. Dakota Kai is going to kick Bayley out of Damage Control. The main event's going to be Io Sky versus Bayley for the title. That's not if Sasha is not involved. If Sasha's involved, then it changes everything. It's not going to happen. So, listen, it is what it is. Stop trying to make Nia Jax a Royal Rumble champion. Stop it.
Nia Jax should win the Royal Rumble. She deserves it. She's been back. She's been
And
dominant.
guess what?
She's been good.
I should win Lotto, but guess what? That shit don't happen either.
You should win Lotto. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Raw SmackDown show, which is on Saturdays. Now, I will say this. Nia Jax with a Royal Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Review. Sports for the upcoming week, which is the first week of the playoffs. Deck consultant here, time to shine. Ed, Joel, and Kilmo Shawls. And Ed, go ahead and take it away with your next game you want to talk about.
All right, so the third game that we're going to be discussing for this week of the first round of the playoffs is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Buffalo Bills. Chris, I'm going to let you go first because you're going to have
That is
a lot
wise.
to say
Let's
about
go ahead and
this.
talk about it. Pittsburgh Steelers have been on an upswing in the last 3 weeks, right? They found it's like Stellar. Anybody seen that movie? How Stellar got grew back? This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers were on a terrible decline. I think they lost to the New England Patriots. You know, I don't remember for sure because we try to block that out of memories. But they lost to the New England Patriots. And they went up to Mike Tomlin and they said, you know what? Everybody's talking that yakety yak, that waka flocka about you. When you are one of the best coaches, not only in the current year, but of all time. And we are going to make sure that you are respected as that. And they went out and said, we are the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they went out there and they slapped some candy asses. They got the group.
Pittsburgh fans consider Mike Tomlin better than Bill Cowher.
No, but he's up there. Now,
so in your own flipping state, the fans don't believe what you just got finished saying. I just wanted to ask
because that. They haven't been in a while, okay? But look, here's my point. They found their groove. They're looking like the Pittsburgh Steelers of old. They're not dominant, but they know how to go out there, play football, win games. This is an excellently coached team. Yes, sir.
Question. Who did they find their groove with this last week?
Who did they beat?
Yeah. Who did the Pittsburgh Steelers find their groove with? Who did they defeat?
Finally, you're making sense. I love it. I don't know. Who do we beat? We beat the
Bengals?
Baltimore Ravens.
Beat the Ravens with Tyler.
Oh, right. With
no 17 backups in. Yeah, they beat the Ravens. Sure.
With nobody.
Barely.
So I'm on Instagram. If you're not following me, go ahead and follow me, the executive consultant. And one of the things that I love seeing when I'm scrolling is this little meme that says, "A win is a win, motherfuckers." I don't even know why y'all mentioning it to me. Okay, we won the game. We're in the playoffs. Okay, did the Washington Commanders go to the playoffs? No, not the Washington football team like you called them earlier, Joe. And I left you alone over it. But the Washington Commanders? No, that's why your coach got fired, right? Did the Carolina Panthers go to the playoffs? No, they got eliminated week 2, right? That's why, like, leave it alone. Now, granted, Eddie, I can't say anything to you until next week. Anyway, the bottom line is Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right.
So I'm going to go with the Bills on this because everyone's forgetting that TJ Watt just injured himself against the fucking backups for Baltimore anyway. You got little racist-ass Mason Rudolph starting. He shouldn't win shit anyway, so fuck him too. So, yeah, Steelers going to be out as soon as they get fucking that. Hope the Bills kill their ass.
Woo. Joe, what you got for us, bro?
Yeah, this is
Did you say the Wizards?
This is like my lock of the week. I mean, this Steelers have no shot. And I love Mike Tomlin, but this is
You're a racist, sir.
This is going to be a blowout.
I can't accept his racism on the Dynasty quarter. And I think
Hey.
Is it 70% of the Dynasty black? Like, I don't understand. We are in Chocolate City in a group chat, and he's being racist. I don't understand.
Technically speaking, because he's black, he cannot be racist, okay?
He stayed at Circus. He's not black.
All right, so for me, this one, nice and simple. I mean, we are going to go with the Bills. Shocker, right? Yeah. The Bills are extremely hot right now. They just beat the Miami Dolphins in order to make it into the playoffs. And I don't see them going one and done after going through those trials and tribulations and winning 4 of their last 5 games to make it to the playoffs. So for my pick, simple, the Bill, the better quarterback, the better defense, the better offense. Shocker. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move it on to the next one. This one is pretty much a self-explanatory also, but we're still going to run by it just like any other of them. The Packers are going to be going to AT&T Stadium, to Jerry World, to play the Cowboys. Phil.
Yeah, I can't think of nothing positive to say for the Packers. I mean, they got in. Hopefully, Love made his incentive for passing yards to get the extra $750K. If not, I hope he gets it against Dallas. But yeah, there's no way that Green Bay's winning this game. So here we go, Dallas.
Mr. Joel.
Yeah, as painful as it is to say it, I agree with Phil on this. Green Bay is another game. They got no chance. Started to Jordan Love. He had a good season, but
Right.
In on Sunday or whatever day they play. It ain't.
They playing with house money and they know it. They're like, hey, we're just happy to be here. Let's get these extra checks.
They'll get a participation trophy. And that's not an insult because my team ain't even getting a participation trophy. We get the couch trophy. So.
My team been on the damn couch since the mid-season. It sucks, but still.
What do you got for us, Mr. Consultant?
So, let me tell you about the state or city of Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's really cold. I know they're not playing in Green Bay. Listen what I'm saying. It's a terrible city. Never want to go. They're not known for anything but cheese. Why would anybody want to go to Green Bay? You know, why would anybody want to take a trip to Green Bay?
Log cabins.
Never would I want to take a trip to Green Bay. Therefore, they're an irrelevant team to me. But I'll be a fan of them this week, right? Why? Because they're playing the Dallas Cowboys, and I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys and they didn't lose.
Hey, I thought we were supposed to be objective.
I'm objectively telling you, right, that I have no objections telling you that Green Bay needs to win on Sunday in the afternoon. My pick is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. But I do believe, all jokes aside, Green Bay has a very good chance, a better chance than y'all give them credit for defeating the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are very, very inconsistent with playing teams that are above 500. Yes, they did squeak out a few victories. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Luckily, because the Eagles defeated themselves, went on to win the division. Yes, they did. That does not mean they look strong doing that. They did not. Despite all the little things you got going because they're your team, you need
33 to 13. That's not convincingly.
No, it's not. It's any given Sunday, sir.
That's a three. No. Any given Sunday, you lose by 3 points, 6 points, maybe even 7 points. But 3 possessions is an ass whooping, sir.
Eddie, you know how much you mean to me. You're a brother to me. You're my heart, bro. And I don't want to see anything happen to you. So when I say here and tell you that you use your hat as toilet paper, I think that you should. However, on Sunday, when your team loses, right, to the Green Bay Packers, I need you to use that hoodie as a tissue for to wipe your face of tears, right? And I don't want you to use the same thing you wipe your ass with on your face. Please understand that Green Bay can defeat Dallas. Dallas has not been that convincing the entire season. Okay?
Let me go ahead and counter that. Sir, first of all, let's get your facts straight. Yeah, you probably are right. No, not probably. You are right that the narrative was that the Cowboys cannot beat a team over 500. But if you look closer, take your magnifying glass, stick it close, and you will realize that the Cowboys have laid waste to every single team in the NFC that's in the playoffs right now, with the exception of the San Francisco 49ers. At home or in their home, it didn't matter. They got whooped, all right? And they're coming to AT&T Stadium to get the business. That's what's going to happen to the Green Bay Packers. Simple as that. I don't even got to get into the rant of anything. No QB comparison, no wide receiver comparison. Hell, I mean, I'd take Aaron Jones over Tony Pollard, though. I will say that in this season. But other than that, bro, the Packers are dead meat. Let's move on to the next segment. I'm sorry, Chris.
We have 2 more games to talk about.
Oh, okay. I was
We're
about to
going to
say.
come back in 1 minute. We're going to knock out the 2 games, and then we're going to go to your segments. Because, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. You're watching the Popular Reviews.
House of Black in the first match in this feud said, let's have a stipulation in match number 1 where if you lose, you disown your families and join the House of Black. And if we lose, I don't know what the hell the condition was. I don't think there was any counter condition. And if there's like, okay.
If we lose, we beat you up. That's
Okay.
what they're.
That's right. If we win, we're stuck with Danny Garcia, the charisma vacuum, for our lack of charisma.
No, I love Daniel Garcia.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, like, yeah.
I prefer the Pizzawa dance. I even prefer the...
Oh, no. That dance is on probation right now.
I mean, any dance I can do is a good dance. All right. So, yeah. So this match, obviously, you liked it. Listen, if you like Eddie Kingston matches, this was an Eddie Kingston match.
AEW Collision on Saturdays. Immediately after AEW Collision, typically it will be Captain Shakespeare as well as Dan the Man. But this week, Jeff filled in for him. Thank you, Jeff, for filling in for us. But every single Saturday, immediately after AEW Collision. Right now, we're talking some football. We have 2 more games to talk about. Rams and Lions. Eddie, go ahead and take it away.
Yes, sir. We got 2 more games to talk about and a couple of hot takes on MVPs and Super Bowl favorites. But for right now, we're going to discuss the Rams versus the Lions. And I'm going to go first. I'm going to pick the Rams on this one. I think the Lions have scraped by with a lot of stuff that was going wrong with them. They did play a very good game against the Cowboys. If it wasn't for a few bad calls on both sides of the team, on both teams,
You just pulled a Donald Trump.
we've discussed this over and over again. Officials need to start, in my opinion, getting fined for missing or making horrible calls. But the Rams, they're a hot team. They've came out. Nobody really thought that they were going to make the playoffs mid-season, but they really turned their table around, and they earned the spot to be here as the 6th seed. And I believe that they are going to upset the Detroit Lions this week. Joel.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions. Rams been playing pretty good. Obviously, they got the 2 good wide receivers. Matthew Stafford, I'm not sure about his stats. I assume he's good. Maybe he was just taking a rest day when Carson Wentz was playing the other day. But Lions are just a solid team.
Would you believe that there was people that was actually advocating for Matt Stafford to win the MVP over Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott?
Who said that?
Who was that?
Rams fans.
Who was that? I'm trying to think. I don't want to throw their name out there without being accurate. I think it might have been. I think it was LaShawn McCoy. I think it was LaShawn McCoy, but I might be wrong.
I mean, what was their record? Like 9-8, 10-7? Like, no.
I think they were 9-8, something like that.
Hell no. Not even close.
I think that was one of those sentimental picks because technically you could say Stafford has done more with less. You know, with people getting the perception that he only had Cooper Kupp and Puka came out of nowhere. But with them 2 and then Kyron Williams, another draft come out of nowhere player. I mean, the cupboard wasn't as bare as people thought it was for the Rams at the start of the season. But they probably still got that notion that it was just an empty cupboard. So they're like, oh, yeah, Stafford did more with less. We should give it to him. But I see many people talking that noise.
When you look at it from that standpoint, I'm going to have to disagree with that one because Matt Stafford has a better I can't say a better wide receiving core than the Cowboys, but they have a very, very
doesn't have a better core than the Cowboys,
core.
the Ravens, or the 49ers. Everybody you just Can't finish mentioning. He's got two good receivers, but that's about it. Tutu Atwell is some booty juice at the slot, and he still remains to be booty juice.
Their running back is explosive, man.
The running back room was some booty juice. Kyron Williams is good. Yes.
Yes.
Those two that are real good though.
Yes,
Agreed.
they're very good, bro. They're very good.
I totally agree. Puka and Kyron came out of nowhere, and they've proven that they're good. I mean, they look like they're gonna be more than a flash in the pan. So yes, credit to the Rams front office for getting some late round draft steals and making everyone look foolish, especially us, because we could have had Puka somewhere. But yeah, we got Mingo. Yeah. So
shout out to my boy. I didn't get to see who it was, but I just seen somebody that said "Go Rams." We appreciate you tuning in into the unpopular review Dynasty Roundtable. Elvis, come on, Elvis. I was giving you some doubt. I was trying to defend you. I was trying to defend you. Now you're gonna make who's the team, bro? I want to know who your team is because you're talking a lot of smickety
Did
smack.
you listen to what Chris was saying? He doesn't look at sports, so he's just doing this to antagonize y'all. You're letting it work.
Hey, look, go back. I'm just gonna end this right now. All right, let's move forward.
Still gotta pick a team. I'm picking the Lions.
Lions. Okay, I got the Rams. I took the Rams. I was the first one to pick. Chris, Mr. Consultant. Who you got?
I'm gonna pick. Reluctantly, I'm gonna pick the Detroit Lions. Reluctantly.
Okay. All right. So an interesting game going on. This is the 5th seed against the 7th seed. That's right. No, the Bucks are the 4th seed. What's wrong with me? Yeah. So
in the common sense world, the Bucks will be 7th. They should just give Eagles the NFC South for this week.
You said give them
just give it to the Eagles.
We're gift wrapping things now. All right, so the Eagles versus the Bucks at Tampa Bay. I'm gonna save you for last, Chris. Mr. Phil.
Being a fan of the NFC South is usually a very difficult thing. And the Bucks make it that difficult on most occasions because when they had Tom Brady, then they were the new sauce and all that. Who in anyone's hell think that Baker Mayfield is going to take anyone to a win in the playoffs? You think so? Well, you hate the Eagles, so I can understand you.
No, this is not about me hating the Eagles. This is more about the trials and tribulations that the Eagles are going with. There's a lot of things that are questionable going into this week. Jalen Hurts dislocated his finger on his throwing hand. Who knows what the extent of the damage is? I'm hearing that he is going to play.
Philadelphia can roll out the next Kurt Warner off the street, who is right now wrapping groceries as we speak. They can give someone up a call and say, hey, you want a quarterback for the Eagles in the playoffs? And the Eagles are going to beat the shit out of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I'm sorry.
I don't see Eagles making it all the way, but for this week, Eagles are... Their league's advancing past this week.
The main reason why I'm going to disagree is, like I said, there's a lot of things going on. Besides Jalen Hurts being injured, A.J. Brown is also injured. Also, Devontae Smith is injured. We know Dallas Goedert came back from injury, but, I mean, has he really gotten a chance to get his feet under them? What's your boy? Dante Swift?
He injured too?
No, he's not injured. But where's he at? That's my question.
I don't know. I'm not an Eagles fan. I don't know.
He's an impact player. What are you talking about? No, he has not
cracked. An impact player.
He's made a lot of key plays over the last couple of weeks. Who are you picking, bro? Who you picking?
I already made it. No, I raised my hand.
All right. Who's next?
Joe.
I'm rolling with the Eagles, man. Although I had to think about it because the Eagles suck right now. Your defense is a joke. Even I remember when we was going back and we thought the Eagles were like a good defense, and like I was feeling good about Sam Howell because he had a couple of good games against the vaunted Eagles defense. Yeah, that was a misread. We just didn't know at the time like how bad the Eagles secondary is. And now the D line, all them players on the D line, and they can't even do nothing. So,
well, I mean, they don't get it.
They're on thin ice.
That secondary cannot hold anybody, even if they legalized holding calls. All right.
They can't guard me. Okay.
The defense doesn't have.
That game, I can get 2 catches.
That D line can.
All right, so the
up.
reason how come I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles is because they're just a better team, a superior team. They are going through some trials and tribulations. I do believe that it's not going to be as easy to do what they're supposed to do because they've been going through these things and injuries to play them along with some other stuff that we're not going to discuss. But I am still picking the Philadelphia Eagles to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right here in Tampa, like we did earlier this season. Can I make it? No, I'll be working. No. Anyway, that's for another time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a last commercial break. We'll come back. We're going to do our hot takes, and we're going to talk about who won the season as far as picks. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be back right back. Unpopular review.
The cloud has fundamentally altered our DNA.
Victor, you always thought you were a god.
Let's not fight.
No, let's.
The roads are peopled by gangs looking for food.
That boy looks hungry.
You look at him again, I'll shoot you in the head.
I don't think you killed a man in your life.
They're gonna catch up with us. And they're going to kill us.
I told you I would do whatever it takes.
Like what?
I'll kill anyone who touches you. Because that's my job.
You're carrying the fire.
What fire?
Fire inside you.
I'm not gonna quit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking about Fantastic Four as part of our 2000 movies on Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. And then The Road, we'll be talking about on Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m., which is James picking the 2000s thing. Anyway, football time. Let's talk about it. Hot takes. This is going to be brought to you segment. Eddie's been dying to do this for the last 48 weeks. So if we want to do it right here, right now, as we wrap up, go ahead. Time to shine in. Take it away.
So I think the first ones that we're going to get into is our MVP talks. Our MVP pick. Personally, me, objectively speaking here, I'm going to go ahead and go with Lamar Jackson. He has stood out aside from Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott as a quarterback. He's the one that has stood out. And he has really changed the dynamic and the history in Baltimore, not just for this year, but for previous years. And he is also one of 2 of the only to ever be unanimously picked for MVP. So my take on this one is going to be Lamar Jackson for MVP. Secondary, Dak Prescott. Mr. Chris.
I'm going to pick Lamar Jackson only by default. There were so many people who were showing promise, even Tua. God damn. They were showing promise, never Dak. But Lamar is the only one that stayed pretty consistent, in my opinion, from beginning to end. Yeah, they did have a hiccup in the middle, but I mean, any given Sunday, right? So I'm just going to give him Lamar. And I reluctantly do that because I really don't like the Baltimore Ravens. Like, I really can't stand them. I really can't, but.
I think you hate the city, not the team. But
a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
A little bit of C. We definitely should have done this in the middle of the season because
we were trying to.
But we all know now that pretty much Lamar's the consensus pick. Like, it'll be a surprise if.
Actually, they haven't fully decided on it yet.
Yes, they haven't fully decided, but Yeah. So just for argument's sake, Jesus, there ain't even no one you can go out inside and say, okay, maybe Purdy. No, because I was on the Tua bandwagon for so long. Like I don't know what to say because I know he's not getting it. So it may be Tyreek, maybe Christian, but
I mean, if we're going for sake of argument, of course, ain't nobody on here is gonna pick Dak Prescott. But truth be told, he is the next closest person to Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry, he leads the league.
Okay, I'll do the top five. We got Lamar, Brock, Tyreek, Christian, Dak.
I would do Lamar, Dak, Purdy, Hill. No, yeah, Hill and McCaffrey.
Oh,
there you go, Bonnie. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me be 100% real. Her vote does not count, right? It does not work. She's biased, right?
Oh my God!
Hey, don't be talking about Abuela like that.
Two, she's biased when it comes to you every fucking time. So no, there's no counting Vanessa's pick. She's disqualified. Cut it off.
The only picks that matter here is the four gentlemen here.
Correct.
We're just seeing
she did it, and
what everybody else said.
Did it, and you went extra with it. You went like, no, I ain't doing that crap. We ain't having that crap. Joe, let's make some sense of this.
Yeah, this is easy. It's Lamar Jackson. I think last I saw he was in Vegas minus 10,000. So basically, a 100-1 favorite to win the MVP. It's
I can't wait to meet this Martinez in person.
There's no even point in even talking about anybody else. Lamar Jackson's going to win the MVP. It's not even a debate.
Chris.
Oh, I already said it. I'm just highlighting you because for once, Elvis is making sense. And he's saying something that I completely agree. So I just want to highlight a Cowboys fan. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to talk about now? And I'll take quick control because I have another show that I do. So, bam, right here. Super Bowl picks. I'm going to go first because this was a very tough choice for me, right? Look at all 7 of the teams in the NFC.
Pittsburgh Steelers
versus Philadelphia. We already know. Next person.
I look at all 7 teams in the AFC.
Pittsburgh. We know. We already know.
Let's start with the AFC.
No.
I'll tell you right now, spoiler, the Philadelphia Eagles are my NFC team. They're going to Super Bowl. Okay, just for the sake of time. I look at these AFC teams. I'm like, damn, the Chiefs. I mean, who would have bet against the Chiefs? But the Ravens look dominant. We just all agree pretty much that Lamar's going to be MVP. Somebody did go for the Browns earlier. I gotta go with the Steelers, man. Philadelphia Eagles versus Pittsburgh Steelers for Super Bowl. I gotta go. I gotta go with it. I just don't see
what a shocker.
Oh my God, we got to get some new material, y'all.
Well, I'll give you $500 if that's the matchup, dude. You don't even have to pay me if that's not.
500. I'll put up my whole paycheck.
It is an impossibility.
I'll put up my whole paycheck. All right.
Yeah, I ain't betting no paycheck. Fuck that.
Wow. Mr. Joe, who you got, or Kilmore, who you got going to the Super Bowl? AFC, NFC.
I mean, I started with saying the Dolphins and the 49ers. I'm going to try to hold on to my guns, even though I know the Dolphins ain't making it to the part. But I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to say Dolphins and 49ers.
Okay. That's a little different compared to other people.
A lot, yeah. See, as I already said, they're going to lose to the Chiefs. But like when we asked this, in week 2, my picks was Dolphins and 49ers. So I'm going to just hold on to my guns, even though I know that ain't going to happen.
Mr. Joe.
We're going to have a Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith rematch, Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh rematch from 2013 or whatever year that was. it's going to be the Ravens and the 49ers. They're the two best teams, and they are the clear two best teams in their conferences, and it's really not even that close. And then, as we saw, Baltimore is the best team in the league, as they clearly stomped the 49ers. They're going to continue that trail, and they're going to be painting Baltimore blue, purple again.
Okay. That is actually not a bad pick either. To be perfectly honest, I mean, San Francisco 49ers are a juggernaut just as well as the Baltimore Ravens. But for the sake of not being predictable and also for the sake of having fun with this a little bit, wink, wink, I'm going to go ahead and change it up. Even though my favorite originally is the Baltimore Ravens on the AFC. But again, I'm going to go ahead and jump on a limb, and I'm going to say that the Browns is going to be there for the AFC. And for the NFC, that's a tight one because all the NFC teams had moments of disappointments throughout the season. We all know that Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers, when they get pressured in the correct way, Brock Purdy will throw 2 to 3 interceptions. Now, on the other hand, the Cowboys, their running game sucks. I can't even cover that at all. 75 yards and 12 carries last week does not mean anything to me, Tony Pollard. And I hope you somehow run into this video and hear it because I need you to run like a monster. But anyways, I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns and the Rams.
I have to say that is a surprise.
The back said Packers and Texans for the Super Bowl.
You have every right to do that.
Yeah, that's even less likely than the Eagles and Steelers.
I have to shout out to Kilmo Charles. He stuck with his guns, even though his pick was a little strange because he picked against the team he picked to go to the Super Bowl. But he acknowledged it. He acknowledged it. But that's probably why, quite frankly, he was number 4 in the season last year. A distant number 4. 136 victories, 101 losses. 4th place, Phil. Week 18 last week, he got 9 correct and 7 wrong. Phil, I'm going to highlight you.
For what?
Because the fans want to know what happened last season that you think you picked like you did for you to come in 4th place. Because
I gave too much credit to the quarter for this year. I'll come back and do better next year.
I was about to say
the quarter failed me this year.
Too much flip a coin. Okay. Number 3 coming in 3rd place. It's not going to surprise anybody. He talked a lot of smack, right? And he goes around, he talks, and he acts like he knows all this football, and which is why he can pick it. And he picked a wild card team to go to Super Bowl against another wild card team to go to Super Bowl this season. Yeah, I'm talking about Eddie. Eddie, we're going to highlight you, and you're going to tell everybody with your 9 victories last week, 7 losses, 145 wins, 95 losses. You came in 3rd place. What do you think you could have did differently to possibly actually be able to know how to pick a game?
I could have taken you seriously. No,
we all could have.
I mean, there were some games that got out of hand for me. You know, give too much benefit of the doubt. You know, I don't like going with the favorite pick per se, but I'm also not like Phil where I flip the coin all the time and everything. So next season, I'm going to do better. Yeah. Better. You know how Dak Prescott supposedly said he wasn't going to have 10 interceptions this year, and he actually did it? Well, I'm going to go for the victory next year.
Yeah, nobody believes that. Good job, Eddie. At least you didn't have more losses than victories, so I guess that's something. But you did terrible last week. 9 victories, 7 losses. Let me tell you who did great last week. That's Joel. 14 victories, 2 losses last week. He picked 14 games correctly. 2 losses, yet still came in second place for the season. 151 victories, 89 losses. Joel, go ahead and tell him how's it feel to be number 2.
I feel like the 2000 election, we need a recount. Vanessa on deck to be our objective counter for next season because this some BS.
Who's going to be the objective counter?
Vanessa.
Somebody.
Vanessa is going to be objective. The sister.
Yes,
okay.
Abuela would be objective.
Okay. She's a grandmother now. Okay, so no. Here's the fun fact. The polls are all in the chat, which means I have receipts for my victories because who else came in 14 victories last week, 2 losses, was the executive consultant. 155 victories, 85 losses, number 1 again. I picked this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I don't pick for fantasy. I pick for reality. And that is why this season, when we come back here for the last game of this season, of this football, NFL, it is going to be the executive consultant correct by picking your Super Bowl predictions of the Philadelphia Eagles versus the numbers are proven facts right there. I know how to pick, right? If I know how to pick, odds are what I say is going to go. Philadelphia Eagles, Pittsburgh Steelers, your Super Bowl, and it's finally going to happen.
Jesus, that is
congratulations.
tough. That's a tough crust of delusion there, man. Like I thought the shit I did on the day job was
I need
you take the cake.
I'm going downstairs right now to let money in.
They have the biggest underdog of the weekend making the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So whoever was the person that said that it was going to be the Texans and the
Packers
and the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl, Mr. Martinez, I just got to say, you need to go get a brain check. Something's wrong with you. All right, you don't even watch football. Does he even watch wrestling, Chris?
He does.
Okay. All right. Well, how about this? Go make your WrestleMania picks and keep it there. All right, because you definitely should not be discussing football.
Jesus, man! All he said was the Cowboys suck. Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of sucks, a little Eddie Service automatically sucks because he went frozen. But we're going to go ahead and go and get ready for work tomorrow. Be with your families, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching us here at a popular review of the Dynasty Quarter. For Time to Shine, Ed, for Kilmo Charles, for Joel, I'm the executive consultant. Elvis looks like you want to say something. I bet you the Cowboys won't go to Super Bowl. Hey, that's the easy. We'll see you right here next time. Good night,
everybody. Say catch him outside. How about that?